Hello everyone, Technician 775 here, back after about a 5-year pause in making videos. Right now what we have is basically going to be a practice video with the dogs and maybe a few cats in the videos, knocking the camera around. This is a pit barrel cooker. The Pit Barrel Company makes one something similar. That guy came up with an excellent idea. I found some surplus barrels and decided to make my own. So after some trials and errors, and finally got it where it works right. Unfortunately, you can't buy these barrels anymore, but you can buy a 15-gallon and a 30-gallon, and also a 55-gallon drum. So what we're going to do is kind of show you the parts of the pit barrel. I'm really not dressed to do a video, so you're just going to have to bear with me on what I've got here, and the audio as well. I've got some new equipment ordered that just hasn't come in yet. My old equipment, I left the batteries in it like a big dummy, and guess what? Yes, they did corrode. So okay, what we've got here is a charcoal basket. I use lump charcoal for the simple reason that air needs to flow in and around the charcoal to make it work. This to me has a better flavor than lump charcoal. Charcoal briquettes, I'm sorry. Charcoal briquettes has a lot of fillers in it, a lot of trash, and you get a lot more ash. This right here, I keep it in my trusty plastic barrel, not a problem there. I've got an old pan that I made squeeze where I can get it inside of there. And what we do is just take, and this is a fryer basket that you can get at restaurant supply, in a pizza pan. And I took a couple of bolts, made a little air space underneath, and a place for the ash to trap. You'll find that lump charcoal puts off very little to no ash, where briquettes puts off, you've got a lot of trash in there, and it does make a lot of ash. At this point in time, we have a couple of options. I do not like using lighter fluid. It makes the taste of the food horrible. I don't use it. We do use Weber's. Sorry, I didn't have this ready. Like I said, this is my first practice. Weber lighter cubes. These work really well. They don't put any type of off flavor in the food. It's kind of like a little waxy substance here of sorts. Very inexpensive. A whole pack of 25 is about maybe $3 or pretty close to it. I'll stick this right about in the middle, put some charcoal around it like this, and see if I can find my lighter. So what we're going to do is find the lighter, and excuse me, excuse the boarding house reach. So okay, all right, found the lighter. So what we're going to do is light this like that. Okay, put a little charcoal around it like this, and we are going to take this, roll the two rods off to the side, set this down in the bottom. Okay, leave the rods off to the sides and wait about 12 to 15 minutes, and the charcoal is ready to start cooking. Very simple. Hey Charlie, that's Charlie the cat. I don't know if you saw him. He's in the video there somewhere here. Stray we picked up. Say hi, Charlie. Anyways, so I'll turn this back on, and well, let's see what we can do here. Let's take a close-up look of what we have. At midnight, that's Midnight the cat. Showed up one day. Her tail's got a crook in it. That's Lily. Hey Lily. Mr. Gray, right over there. We're in the process of fixing a lot of stuff around the house here. As you can see, it's getting a pretty good flame at the bottom. It will flame up, and in a few minutes here have a nice glow to the charcoal. Stuck a thermometer on the end. You really don't, on the side of it, you really don't need one. This right here, we live in the South Louisiana, so our elevation is 50 feet above sea level. So what we did, we made ours just a little bit of adjustable, you know. So and we open it up about halfway and pretty much leave it right there. So typical, this handle, open top drum, okay, and not a whole lot to it. We put I think it's a Weber accessory rack back here on the back of it. I just took the little feet and smashed them together and put it together with a couple of screws. The hangers, okay, if you're not familiar with how this system works, you actually hang the meat inside of the barrel and let it cook. Good for survival? Nah, maybe not, but good around the house. Makes really good ribs. If you like ribs, this is a rib making machine. Excellent with chicken, pork steaks, the boneless or bone-in pork ribs, which is basically a cut up Boston butt. You can also do a Boston butt in here, turkeys. If you get a chance, go to Pit Barrel Cooker. I'm not sure if it's a pitbarrelcooker.com, but do a Google search on Pit Barrel Cooker, and you'll find that they have a more of a professional model than what I've got set up right here. So we'll be back in a bit. Okay, we're back. I'm going to go out on a limb here, and probably I'm going to get a whole lot of people that say, oh yuck, this and that and everything else. When you cook outside, you're going to have little winged critters that want to take and you know, share your food with you. So we use a saltgrass 7 spice, you know, but a lot of times another one in the backyard with the jalapeno. Okay, gonna drop a couple of pork chops just as a trial run. The dogs will probably end up eating them, so but just kind of wanted to show you we use hooks right there, and also too you can see the barrel starting to get a little smoky, and we put 2 chunks of apple wood pieces in there to give it a little smoke. I like apple wood. You can use cherry, you can use pecan, just anything you want, oak. You just have to be careful with some of the hardwoods. Too much smoke will turn it bitter. And there's probably a ton of YouTube videos out there on how to cook and what types of wood to use. So we had opened up the bottom here most of the way, and I'm going to close it back to about half, and basically like the Ron Popeil, set it and forget it. That's what this cooking system right here is. Really, really good. So I am going to take and put the video on pause or come back here. Okay, we're back. Trying to keep the flies away. We're in South Louisiana. I'm outside. I don't have really a cooking house or back porch. So what we're going to do is oh, this steak seasoning is actually pretty good. Oh, excuse me. And we will kind of like do a dredge. There's different ways to season if you need. We're using a couple of pork chops just to show how the unit actually works. So you can over season this stuff, and I've done that quite a few times. So bear with me. And it's 7 spice, 7 rub from I think Tex Joy, who makes it over in Beaumont for the Saltgrass Steakhouses. There's another rub out that's really good. It's Backyard Seasonings, the jalapeno, which is excellent to use. So in this cooking here, what we do is actually just run whatever you want to cook through the hooks like this. And super simple. The only cleanup you have is the hook. You don't have any grill to take and scrub. And if you have a Sam's Club, there's a grill and fryer cleaner. It's a spray. You put these in a tray like this and just spray it. Come back about 15 minutes to rinse them off, and they're just like brand new. So when I discovered this, it's like, oh yes, this is the way to go. I like it. So you know, and if I'm cooking, I'm eating, I'm cooking it the way I want. All right, so I'm gonna kind of focus back here on the cooker just for a minute. Maybe. Oops, okay, wrong adjustment. So like I said, this is a trial run video, so it's gonna have bumps and other stuff that's not really desirable. So Okay, so the fire's gotten going pretty good. What we're gonna do is put, and this is just regular rebar, I think it's 1/2 inch rebar, and I get them from Lowe's, and put them in there just like that. The charcoal, lump charcoal, is actually going pretty good. The 2 pieces of wood that I put in there is doing excellent as well. So we will hang the pork chops just like this. Okay, so if you stack it right, and they make smaller hooks. These hooks come from Pit Barrel Company. Gateway also makes a smaller hook, and I've used those on occasions, which is really nice hooks. You just put it in there just like that. Let it smoke for a minute or two. The fire get going really well. I kind of pushed it just a little bit. Let the fire get to going real well. And it's about as simple as putting the lid on it and coming back in about, okay, let's see here, coming back in about hour and a half on these. I'll check them after a little bit. See the holes right here? You can, if you have a not instant read, but a remote thermometer, you can run the leads through there and actually put into the meat. And it's got specific time that you cook pork for, and specific times you cook chicken for. So you can see the whole unit kind of sort of right there. Air goes in at the bottom, ignites with the charcoal, and the smoke comes out on the top. It'll sit there and do its thing until it's cooked and ready to go. Different times for different things. This is a quick video just to kind of get back in the swing of things, and just say hi to all the people who subscribed and stuck with me all these years, and we really appreciate it. Please subscribe, and I think there's a notification button. I found out YouTube's changed quite a bit since the last time I posted a video or done anything. So you'll have to bear with me in getting all this stuff sorted out. So thanks again for watching. We really appreciate it. Okay, 30 minutes or so, yeah, 40 minutes into it, you see a good clean blue smoke. That's what you're actually looking for. It's a good clean smoke. On the bottom right here, you'll actually see where kind of a little bit of the smoke's rolling around, tumbling inside the barrel, which is a good thing. And you see the temperature right about where it wants to be. On the outside of the barrel, which just measures the temperature, it's about 25 degrees cooler, so it puts us right about 220, 15, something like that, 215, 220. So we're all good. You don't have to lift the lid, although you can. It just sits there and smokes and smokes and smokes. There's not a whole lot to do until it's finished. Okay, this has been hour and a half thereabouts. Pork chops are looking pretty good. They're probably cooked. Temperature went up a little bit on me. I wasn't really paying attention and had the hole in the bottom that's a little bit too big. But you can see the glow of the coals. I mean, they do a really nice job. And if you want to take and save the coals, you just turn the air off and put the lid on, and it should go out. So, you know, temperatures, not too bad for cooking a pork chop, I guess. You know, so we're going to take them off and taste them. Okay, the pork chops, they're cooked about an hour 30, hour 40 minutes there. One of them didn't kind of make it to the plate. It had to be sacrificed as a sample. Hey Blue, that's one of my dogs. That's the old goober head dog there. So, but anyways, she's you know, smelled the food cooking, so she's going to come out and take a look.